Now I'm ready. Are you? Okay, come in. Yes, Scott. I'm ready.
Hi, I'm Scott. I'm the taller half of the Scott and James show, and I've been a photographer now for over 10 years, and mainly shooting weddings and events, but my main passion is live music photography.
Hi, and I'm James. I'm the shorter one by default. Not just by default, I'm quite short anyway, really. Similar to Scott, I've been a wedding photographer now for 7 or 8 years, but I've always been the guy with a camera literally throughout my life, so my passion is literally just taking photographs and trying to be as creative as I am able to, really. So we're going to jump into this episode, and I don't know if you saw it or if you remember on the Sunday videos I did an invisible backdrop, and so Scott's done the same here, and we're just going to have a chat about what was right, what was wrong, and also is it possible for you to do this yourself. So let's have a look. Oh, just one more thing as well. I know it's kind of cleared up a bit now, but on the videos you'll see that I had a bit of a gash, and just explaining how I've done it, just so that you know that I'm not being fighting or being thuggish or anything else.
So this is my attempt at James's invisible background, and as you can see, it didn't exactly work out as planned. And James is going to explain for us why, and then I will show you my revised attempt.
Well, I actually like those pictures, despite the fact that they're not really an invisible backdrop. For me, when I was doing it, a lot of it was like trial and error, and I don't think there's any exact settings that you would be able to say this is how you do it on your camera, because it all depends on what light you've got, where you stood, and various other factors. But one of the things which Scott did there was that he was stood too close to the wall, and the main thing is that you want the light to be isolated onto you, and preferably stay away from the wall, just so that there's no light bouncing onto the wall or anything like that. That said, a lot of it can be covered up in post-production anyway. There's a few here that I did last time. I think it was on episode 4. So this one worked out quite well. That was a good one. This one looks like something from Face Off or something like that. There's obviously good and evil there. Another one which worked alright, so as you can see that the light is coming directly from there right onto my face, and there's no overspill onto the background. And then the last one was a combination of pictures, and again it looks like another kind of film thing. Quite weird texture that I put on this one, which I thought looked quite good, but they all look a bit sinister in my opinion. Let's have a look at Scott's updated pictures.
So after the failed first attempt in a very small office room in here, I had another go and did it in the living room. got myself a bit further away from the background and got the lights a little bit closer, and this next photo is the actual result of that, which you can see has completely lost the background. This was shot in full daylight, pretty much like what you see now, and behind me there's actually an open door with light coming in from the kitchen behind me as well. So it's just keep at it and try and analyse where you do get things wrong so that you can put them right next time you do it.
So I think those are pretty good, to be honest with you, especially the fact that that Scott, you used different coloured gels on it, which is quite a good idea really. And that's the thing with photography, is your own take on what you want to achieve. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to join in with the chat that me and Scott was having about this type of thing, and then afterwards, what the heck had I been up to with my head? It's still to come. So what have you got there then on these pictures?
These are from today and still.
Yeah, I can't see it right well, but I can see that it's going to look good with the gels that you've used.
Yeah, to start with, there was a few of them where I used some different colours. Started off just doing it on its own.
And what room did you do these in?
These in the living room.
In where?
In the living room.
All right, okay. And was it quite bright at the time then?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's a really good effect, that the fact that you can be in a well-lit room.
I think I needed to be further away from the actual background.
Yes.
And I needed the lights to be closer to me.
Yeah. That's
I really just. I still struggled a little bit, like I say, with the focusing.
Right. Yeah, quite good there. They're quite good then. I mean, like I say, you can. It's all about just I bet the ones that you see other people do, which get put on TV or in magazines and stuff, they don't come straight out of the SD card.
No, that's it.
Into the magazine.
There's 77 photos that I've imported. So, if I get 5 out of that I think, they're in focus and they're all right, then. Well, it might be a new profile picture there.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the profile pictures I've got now on quite a lot of my stuff is one that when I did the the portrait thing the other week, and Jax was taking me a photograph, and to be honest with you, most of the pictures were meant to be tongue-in-cheek, like ridiculous. There was one where I was on the steps up here and looking through the window, and Jax was further down, and I was kind of just doing something like this and staring out, so they're all kind of tongue-in-cheek. But when I looked at some of them, I thought, actually, it don't even look tongue-in-cheek. That it actually looks. It looks like just like a decent picture. So I guess when you are setting up to do stuff like this, you're obviously going to do it until you get a good job of one, aren't you? And then it's like, well, that's quite a nifty picture, that. So would you think that somebody who doesn't have all the gear like we've got would be able to do something like that then? Like what you've just done and what I did on the other video, because I kind of suggested that you could, but I mean, cameras have phones have manual settings now, don't they? A lot of the good phones have kind of manual settings and almost fake professional adjustments.
The problem is it's your light, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you
use the flash on your phone to try and separate it from background.
Yeah, but if say for instance I got this light here, if you had a bright torch or something,
one of that desk lamps or something, like the desk.
Yeah, because it's almost competing with all these apps that you get on the phone now, isn't it? Do you know, where you spent ages doing that, you've done 77 pictures and some of them was out of focus and all this type of stuff, and then you get somebody else that will take a picture on the phone, move the filters around or whatever it does to.
It's all right.
Yeah, and then it's like posting. It's like, do you know what? That actually looks all right. That was done in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But it's obviously limited to virtually just staying on your phone, really, and nothing else.
Yeah, it's not going to be. You're not going to get it printed out massive, are you?
No.
But that's the thing, isn't it? These days, how often do you print photos?
Yeah.
A right bump that on your head, isn't it?
Hey?
It's a right bump.
Oh yeah, well, I'll tell you what I was doing, right?
Especially now you've cut your hair so you can't brush your hair.
Yeah, and the thing is, I know you can't see it, but I've got 2 cuts here where I'd cut them this week as well. But we got, we paid over the odds for this bin, which is quite fancy. And the workman who was doing the kitchen said, oh, they provided the wrong something or other, it's not going to fit. But as they were talking, I was thinking, I bet I can fit this. And I didn't want to call them out there and then because I understood their explanation, but the fact is that if something isn't right, is there another way of doing it? So when they went, I actually installed it really well, but there's a metal sheet that goes over the bin, and I was really struggling to get it in because the screws that I put on the runners were sticking out a little, just slightly, and I couldn't get them all in. So then I decided, you know what, sod it, don't really need a lid. So then I tried pulling it out, and I got my foot on the work surface, pulling it out, and it went bang right in my head, and it's really thin as the sheet of metal. And Jax came in, and I was holding my head. I didn't know I'd cut myself then, but oh god, I was swearing my head off.